Welcome back, everyone, to the final episode of our series, part 40 of Immortal Way of Life, a fitting round number. Now, before we deal with our ascension in like 500 years, it's not going to take 500 years. We can just fill up our cultivation bar and then use our domain. We will deal with this giant beast on the Langfang Sea. If you remember, we dealt with the one on Endless Abyss, talked with the one in the Swollen Cloud Sea, did like everything in every other sea besides this one saint. The great sage of the Wave Square, late Deity transformation. Let's go, we are ready. I could have crafted a new weapon, but who cares? 80,000 HP. He takes less damage whenever he absorbs chi, he gets rid of one small debuff. I still forgot to remove triple vitality from my setup, whatever, who cares. We are ready to close it. Now, this fight is not as simple as it seems at first, but you'll see in a moment. There are two phases to this whole fight, and, well, which fight doesn't have two phases? It's a boss fight after all. But for us it's like super simple at this point. We are super strong. We can just continue on giving him like just use your skill continuously. Bam, 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 bam. Let's go. He's half health. That sounds good. And the fight ends right there. He's not dead though. The great sage Langfang opens his mouth, which is like the night sky. An unstoppable force of terrifying gravity draws in all of the spiritual energy, seawater, spirit beast, ships in the surrounding area into his body. The body length of that great sage is over 1,000 kilometers, and you are carried into its esophagus by the corrosive spiritual energy. With a bang sound, you were shaken and flew out, hitting Langfang's stomach wall, your entire body being stuck and unable to move. You gather your spiritual power within your eyes, finally able to see the surroundings in the pitch blackness. This is a vast and empty space. Be careful, the corrosiveness of the liquid on these flesh walls is very strong. If you don't activate your spiritual energy to protect your body in time, your flesh will be corroded and decayed. The stomach wall, we are facing it now. This stomach wall is very punishing to multi-hit builds, I can tell you that much. The devouring secret art truly lives up to the inheritance of ancient divine beasts. However, in my opinion, this suction force cannot last for too long. We should persevere for a while and then look for an opportunity to retreat. We have 8 turns of suction where we cannot retreat, but since we are not like a direct skill hit damage build, just like poison, we shouldn't be punished too much. I'm saying that and wait. Yeah, every time you take damage. Okay, never mind, he does counter me as well. I didn't realize that. Like, he still super counters you. Okay, we'll do it a bit differently. We'll first stack up entanglement. We'll be using 3 skills per turn now. But yeah, we'll first showcase like the retreating stuff as well, since it's very cool, provided he doesn't die in time. He may just die in time. Okay, I need to slow down, I just ended my turn now. Because normally you are not supposed, well you can if you're strong enough, not supposed to immediately defeat this enemy, but you rather escape. And well, as the suction weakened, you finally freed yourself from the sticky flesh walls of the like wave saint and jumped onto the open ground below. It seems the great sage is not in his prime state, as even the power of his devouring skill is reduced. Like, we can even cultivate in here and it's like perfect, since there's so much spirit chi from heaven and earth. And we could even find some like monster materials, there you go, metal dragon horn, earth dragon tooth, and so on. And most importantly, this is a 200% spirit energy place, like only inferior to a completely maxed out cave. And that's something the game tells you. If you cultivate in here for a total of 20 years, that like stomach wall will be weakened, and it's like way easier to fight him. But let's be honest, who wants to do it? These flesh walls are protected by Chi barrier. Exactly, here they tell you it. He needs to spend a lot of time refining that Chi, and since we are cultivating inside his body, we are indirectly weakening him. Yes, currently his spiritual Chi is abundant and the recovery time is really fast. Do you still want to try it? Absolutely. Like we saw how quickly we can scale right there, and I keep forgetting triple. I just want to remove that one skill. I'm not using it. We just do it like this. Like we limit the amount of actions we do each turn. This limits the amount of corrosion we get every time. Albeit it's still stacking up at a quick rate, but we should be stronger than that. Like just like times 2ing our entanglement is too insane. Yeah. Simple enough for us. And like next turn we can easily kill. Never mind, he's already dead. And we get these materials. Tier 6 metal materials. So if you're doing any build that's using vulnerable, this is like really nice. The fleshy wall was plastered open by you and seawater rushed in instantly. Seizing the opportunity, you escaped through the hole. The huge body of Langfang rolled in pain, causing waves hundreds of meters high on the sea surface. At the same time, his body began to shrink at a speed visible to the naked eye. What's this? I guess the reason why the Kun clan has such a large physique is because of their divine skill, their devouring divine skill. However, you happened to break through his body and broke the barriers of the Kun clan. It may be a minor injury for ordinary cultivators, but for the Kun clan it's fatal. Huh. Yep. The commotion just now was quite significant. Many cultivators should be rushing here. If you don't leave soon, your feat of slaying that great sage will spread soon. Yeah, it's just a false name, no need to let others know. 300 state of mind. And now we head over into the Dragon Palace. Just as you entered the Dragon Palace, you noticed a group of soulfires floating in the air, with Owling, Aoshuan and others standing on the square to welcome you. Dear fellow Taoist, did you have any involvement in the defeat and death of the remaining members of the Kun clan? Indeed. However, I should be able to get out of the way without being noticed. Like I left very soon, they shouldn't have noticed me. It's indeed not something we've seen with our own eyes, but rather a sensation felt by the elders of our clans. In recent years, my Dragon clan has declined, and under the leadership of that sage or saint of the Kun clan has constantly harassed our clan. Fellow Taoist, you probably eliminated one of our heart's greatest threat. This kindness we will surely remember. If there's any need, my Dragon clan will not hesitate. There you go, thank you for your tier 6 materials. And we also receive a Soul Sense transmission. Dear young friend, I can sense you have already achieved Deity transformation. When I first met you, I was amazed by your potential and believed you would definitely achieve great success in the future. I never expected you would become a deity in just 100 years. You, come with me. Before your eyes is a huge cyclone composed of death chi from dragon corpses. But the eye of the chi, the eye of the storm, is constantly producing vigorous vitality. Death is the extreme opposite of life, yes. Exactly, this place is where the oddity of the world occurs, where death is giving birth to life. Back then I found this place extraordinary and chose it as the dragon tomb of my Dragon clan. I further nurtured this place with the corpses of powerful Dragon clan members. As for what happened afterwards, young friend, you would know that the Kun clan attacked and we sought refuge in this place and established the Dragon Palace. Well, the Dragon clan's ability to cultivate celestial and terrestrial phenomena is extremely profound. However, due to being artificially created, this place is too fragile. If I hadn't undergone the breakthrough to nascent soul, even a member of my dragon clan couldn't cultivate here. Deity transformation is the process of transforming from mortal to immortal, and the scene of extreme death and rebirth here implies the way of the operation of heaven and earth. You can cultivate in there. Okay, the dialogue actually does not change. What he's saying is if you are a nascent soul cultivator, you can head into the cyclone and cultivate a bit, and you will obtain 4 additional initial immortality in the deity breakthrough. However, if you have the aspiration to achieve deity transformation on your own, you can also come back and the harvest will certainly be greater. So let us enter it. And since we are deity, we can immediately do it. We feel the cycle of life and death and are trapped in a state of emptiness. 2 enlightenment points, so for your Tao tree, etc. You wake up to find that the great sage of the 9 heavens has been maintaining the operation of this place, and the soul fire seems to have dimmed a little. It seems you have gained a lot. I did. Thank you very much. And that is the last thing we needed to complete on the sea, to like essentially 100% it. You could kill the saint as well, but I like him. But now let's cultivate and prepare for the tribulation. Okay, here we are back again. I have reached the peak of late deity. I also in the meantime did some DAOs. And the reason why I did the DAOs is every time I open my domain, I can reduce this tribulation counter by 100 years, but I can only open the domain if I have at least 100 years left. So currently I can only reduce it by 300 years, so there's still 61 years left I have to somehow waste. And even if I did not focus on DAOs, it would have been like 395 years. So unfortunately like that. Besides that, I like set commissions etc. for longevity pills, and I gave Nishishin, Baili Chi and Gongsun Ji multiple longevity pills. Like you can see, some other people have died, some of my own sect members etc. But I made sure to keep those alive. And Li Qinglin, I believe, also wanted some longevity pills. I gave them to him. But, well, still 61 years left to waste. But I suppose we can just like fight some random monsters. And you can see I also learned the flying art at a higher level. So we go ahead, click on our domain, open it -100 years. And you don't need to do it, I just don't have anything else to do with this time. They go 261 years, we do it twice more. I have never actually betted this one scorpion, interesting. A 2000 HP scorpion, very scary. Indeed, very scary. But we just feed him like that, perfect, we just spam buttons. And 161 years, and a last one please, never mind, there is no monster. Whatever, we'll do it. I'll cultivate in seclusion until we get to this point. Now there are 31 years left, and before I forget it, I will invite people to my Ascension ceremony. So my 3 DAOs companions, absolutely. And then also, in this case, Nishishin, let me ask you to come to my cave next month, exactly. You come to my cave as well. Gongsun-ji, yes please, to my cave, and sure, Li Qinglin, why not, you are also invited. I don't think I have anyone else who's still alive. Sadly, I can't communicate with Starbell anymore since she ascended, and besides that, we can just cultivate a month, invite all of them. Are all of them here, I suppose? Okay, Li Qinglin didn't want to come, I guess. Hello, yep. Nishishin, welcome to my ceremony. Baili Chi, you are also invited. Gongsun-ji as well. Lin Mushin simply did not come, okay. Let's try it again. Ah, she's in seclusion. Okay, I'll try it with Li Qinglin a bit Li Qinglin and Lin Mushin a bit later on. Um, he is looking for longevity pills still. Okay, I may need to gift him some. Okay, we are back, 1 year remaining, and just for reference, as I noticed this recording has been 15 minutes so far, I've been playing for 73 minutes just to get the cultivation, etc. I have invited everyone I should invite, I've given Leeching them some longevity pills, and I feel like we should look over my character and everything. First up, we can start with the storage. I put in all of the breakthrough pills I found, since if you remember, we actively looked for 5G pills in the early stages of our game for a long time, and nowadays I have 10 of them just remaining, which I found. Besides that, 40 core condensing pills, 108 foundation pills, so we found a total of 120, including the 12 I took. My character looking good, late deity at maximum stuff, wholeness, etc. My skills, we finally ditched triple vitality. I'll just look over it. The Eichenschwert, Buchenschwert, Dragon Robe and Heavenly Wood Order. I never bothered creating better versions of those, even though I still have these materials. I could have crafted one perfect item as well, but so be it. Besides that, we can go through my book. Old Do has died, Sad Times Wenji, we know him, Lord Azure Bamboo, Sad Times Lord Azure Snake, and like 2 random people. My Taoist companion's Lady Zealing has reached mid-deity transformation, and you saw therefore like a Klim second she, I believe, has a 23% chance to pass the tribulation, which is in 600 years, so we can't watch it. Bailu herself has a 33% chance to pass it, and she's late deity as well. Like, well done, Bailu. Just look at this equipment, my god. Giving me a run for my money. And Lin Mushu is still early deity with a 13% chance to pass that. Besides that, I suppose we could maybe check in with the other characters, like see which level Lin Nishushin, Baili Chi and so have reached. I don't think they are at deity yet, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, late nascent soul 80%. 14, okay, you actually failed your deity breakthrough, which is very sad. Okay, Gongsun Ji didn't bother coming. Are you free now? Nope. Okay, we'll never find out. But since I've been like playing for a long while, I'll be eating right now. And after I finish eating, we will tackle this tribulation. I got all of my skills ready, everything, and we are so ready to ascend. We invited everyone, we did all of the quests I can imagine. We only have left to survive the tribulation, soar to the upper bound, and find immortality and achieve like a long life. Eternal life. But yeah, I'll be pausing it now, I'll be eating some lovely spaghetti, and see you in a moment. It is time. I had my fulfilling meal, and as you can see, there is less than 1 year remaining. In fact, it's only a single month. Here we go. First, there were several faint thunderous sounds that seemed to come from afar and gradually approached. Then thick black clouds slowly gathered. The pure spiritual energy in your body seems to be pulled by some supreme power, and along with the surrounding spiritual energy of heaven and earth, it slowly churns and surges, unable to be restrained any longer. Boom! Accompanied by a thunderous explosion like the splitting of mountains, the long, gestating ink clouds suddenly became frenzied, like a tidal wave, and horrific waves, surging in all directions, rapidly obscuring the entire sky, vast and boundless. Your brows furrowed as you realized the heavenly calamity was about to descend. The sinister wind roared, the turbid waves cleared the sky, the sun and stars disappeared, and the mountains crouched in hiding. In the time it takes to brew a pot of tea and burn a stick of incense, most of Ningyo is shrouded in these rolling dense clouds. Everyone is looking forward with anticipation. Perhaps a new myth of Ascension will be born. You soar into the air, looking around, and find an open space to prepare for the feat of the heavens. With you at the center, all the cultivators in the vicinity were attracted by the anomaly of heaven and earth. They dared not approach, only able to watch from afar. Apart from them, there were several others that you invited. They traveled from all directions with their escape light techniques to come and watch the ceremony from a distance closer to you. Let's talk with Weiwuji. So many years have passed in the blink of an eye. The girl who could not even practice the art of meditation back then is now preparing for Ascension. Well, if it weren't for you taking me under my wing back then, I wouldn't know where I am today. Don't worry, I'll help you rebuild your physical body. Back then, when your senior brother underwent tribulation, I could sense that using the secret art had a significant impact on him. Like Shuana, you have reached this final step to Ascension, and in any case, I am proud of you. So if you are not fully confident, I won't easily use that secret art. And here you can decide whether you want to resurrect the old man or not. If you resurrect him, you get a debuff for the first, I believe, 10 or 15 turns. 15, I believe. 10, not 20 turns even. Don't worry, I have full confidence in myself. I understand your intentions. After years of rambling, Old Wei fell silent. His gaze or her gaze towards you was filled with complex emotions. In this life, having a disciple like you, no matter what, I am proud of you. If any unexpected events occur during the tribulation, I will voluntarily stop using the secret arts. Please don't get distracted at that time. I understand. Let's talk with other people. Hello, Shiana, don't be nervous. I'll always be here for you. Shiana, you must succeed. Shiana, I will always be here with you, my 3 Taoist companions. The master of the White Emperor Pavilion Nishushin. Miss, thinking back to our meeting outside the Eaststone Valley all those years ago, it feels like a lifetime away. You have gone through so much to get to where you are today. You can't fall here. Hello, Baili Chi. Just looking at the might of this heavenly tribulation, I feel excited. One day I will definitely fight against the sky. Hello, Gongsun-ji. Senior, is everything prepared? As far as I know, among the 9 heavenly tribulations, there is one called the 5 Elements Tribulation. This tribulation not only disrupts the spiritual energy of the world, but also completely drains the spiritual energy of the person undergoing the tribulation, making it very difficult to deal with. Senior, you must be careful. Why does he call me Senior? Lin Mushin, hello. Fellow Taoists, are you feeling nervous? Don't worry, with your strength there won't be any problems. And the Bamboo Mountain Sect Grand Elder, thank you for your invitation. I am grateful. And here we go, let's meditate and prepare for our tribulation. You sit cross-legged, close your eyes, adjust your breath and calm your mind. The familiar movements and figure are just like when you first embarked on your journey to immortality. But now you know that time has passed and things have changed drastically. You adjust your breath and carefully review the secret arts of the tribulation crossing that you've already been enlightened to. You're preparing to go through the tribulation one last time. And here you can see the 8 arts I have. These bottom 3 are not necessary, I just thought why not. This is the one from the Ghost Island. It consumes some of my lifespan and gives me spiritual chi. Like, really cool. 1 chi cost, you get 2 chi back, so +1. There is Quenched from the Thunder Sea, which for every 10 points of damage accumulated, I get more health limit. To be honest, I have never used this one. I don't know if it's even efficient, but let's try it. And the Refining one. Destroy the highest ranked treasure in your backpack and get Shield. The higher the rank of the destroyed magic treasure, the more you get. Those are additional ones, you don't need them. Besides that, there is Shield, costs 5 energy, and well, you get Shield, pretty simple. There is Damage Reduction, also costs 5 energy, and this is used against the multi-hit tribulation. Then there is Heal, which also costs 5 energy, recovers slightly more than Shield, and is just used when your HP is low. And then the most important combo, Stagnation and Metal. Let's start with Stagnation. It costs 4 energy, you take 1k damage then, you get 5 Obstructed Chi. Obstructed Chi would reduce the amount of Chi you obtain next turn, and then you gain 10 points of Chi again. So it costs 4, you immediately get 10, so it's plus 6 at the cost of 1k HP, and you get this debuff. And the cool thing about the debuff is it can be removed with Metal. Metal, here you go, dissipate all aura, get 1000 shield for each Chi removed, and remove 1 layer of all negative statuses on yourself. So my plan is we will use Stagnation at the start of each turn, and then at the end of the turn with at least 6 Chi we use Metal to get rid of all of this obstructed or stagnant Chi. Besides that, we have 1 Tribulation Pill which reduces the damage taken by 10%. And now here we go, let's fucking go, the Heavenly Calamity is upon us. The first heavenly disaster, the Yin-Yang Tribulation. If you remember the dialogue at the White Emperor Ascension, the first few tribulations are some of the easier ones. But first let's go over our status. You can see us right here with the old man in the back. Since we took the Tribulation Pill, we take 10% less damage from the Tribulation. And since we are Grand Completion or Grand Perfection of Deity, we take an additional 12% less. These are multiplicative, so we take 79.2% of the damage. Very handy, that's why I absolutely wanted to be like Grand Perfection. Then, since our Deity breakthrough was with the Wood Dao, we get the Wood Domain in the Heavenly Calamity, and you can see the special effects right there. And it causes us to absorb an additional 2 points of Wood Chi every turn. And lastly, to resurrect the old man, we are using the Defying Good Fortune technique, and after absorbing Chi every round, if the Chi is greater than 6, Wei Wuji will absorb 2 points of that Chi, and after absorbing a total of 30, he will be resurrected. So that means we need to hold out for 15 turns. Then I guess we can start with this first Tribulation, 20k damage, and applies an additional 2 internal injury. Well, yeah. Well, first up, and I actually talked with another guy on the Discord. Apparently this quenched art only takes effect when you take HP damage, not shield damage, which is kind of bad for us, but let's just try it. Besides that, we always start with Stagnation, get us the extra Chi. We can also do Ember to get 1 additional, since I believe we should have more than enough lifespan, but we should have about 700 years of lifespan divided by 50, that's 14 activations. Well, we don't need to use it every time. 1 more, and yeah, perfect. We use Metal right now, we cleanse all of our debuffs and our turn 25k shield. He hits us, we get the internal damage, and now the Heavenly Calamity is charging up again. This always happens. First it hits you, then it charges up, it hits, charges up, etc. Now we stagnate again. I'm getting too much Wood Chi right now, I'll be honest. We can use Ember, maybe we get something else, nope. Then let us do Metal. And end our turn. Next we have the Heavenly Tribulation. It applies 10 additional bleed and 23k damage. Let's stagnate, let's block again, and do Metal. End our turn. The internal damage is already gone, that's very handy. We have 10 bleed on ourselves. We can get rid of that as well. I don't want it like this. Perfect. I can probably use my Ember just to get rid of 1 of these additional bleed stacks. 50k shield almost. The Creation Are you kidding me? Why? Why did we get the worst tribulation as the third one? Remove all remaining shield at the end of the turn. Yeah. Yeah. That is one of the worst. All of our shield we accumulated now got screwed over because we got the worst tribulation there is. So be it. So be it. Can I please get one of the other elements? Perfect. I need to accumulate shield again. 20k. The fourth Heavenly Tribulation, the Astral one. For every 1 point of life lost, an additional 1% damage is dealt. And that's why we have this heal art. In case you're already damaged, you want to heal up. You do not want to strengthen this tribulation. And since we have no life lost, well, it's pretty simple for us. Let's stagnate, let's do shield, let's do metal. Perfect, 39k. I wish I had like 79k now, but I got the worst one, as always. My luck is not that good. Wei Wuji is slowly but surely getting to his amount he needs. And I am super happy once he actually gets it, since we get way more chi every turn at that point. 34k, not happy. Okay, the fifth tribulation, and it's like somewhat random which ones you get, but the fifth tribulation is always the 5 elements tribulation. And dissipates all the remaining chi and resets spiritual roots to 20. Sure. I actually can use it. Look at this. This is so bad right now. Thank God. Thank God for giving me water. I really need it right now. I'm getting everything but like 2 of any other element. I'm getting way too much wood. So thank you for resetting that. We can also, for fun, use this refining one. I have never actually tried it. How much shield do I get? Like 3k? That's a bit bad. That is not amazing. Bam! 27k. Okay, I like this a lot more. And I don't actually know if you can die due to exhausting your lifespan. You can probably do so, but I don't want to test the theory. So now we dissipate the obstructed chi again. Wei Wuji, soon you are revived and you stop bothering me. The 1000th Heavenly Tribulation. It deals 70% less damage but hits 3 more times. So a total of 4 hits. In this case, 70% less. Let me do math. 12,000 each for 4 times, 48,000 total. And this is what we have the Imperial skill for. It gives us damage reduction, in our case 2,500. So against 4 hits, this would block 10,000 damage. This only blocks 6,500. So you see why we take Imperial along. Let's first stagnate, then let's do no, the other way around, please. Yes. No. Yes. Like 5 of those is pretty good, and then I need to use metal to cleanse the debuffs. And like, let's look at the damage. 4.5k each, like that's so good. Otherwise you're getting slightly screwed. And this quenching really was not worth it. We stack up more shield. And more shield. Like, it's just the name of the game, get as much shield as possible. Delay it for Wei Wuji to be revived. Or not, this is a really bad one. Life and Death Tribulation. Applies additional damage equal to 50% of remaining health. I have a lot of remaining health. I have full health, to be honest. This is an additional 19k damage. That sucks. That actually sucks for us. Shield. Why not one of those ember ones? And metal. Like, we'll try to block it. This is the 7th tribulation and it's like, oh my god! That fucking hurt! Wei Wuji, one more turn and you are revived. It's not looking the best for us since we got the Creation Tribulation, but we are doing our best. Shield, shield, metal. By the way, if you had done the Deity breakthrough with the Divine or Sense Dao, you would get a way better perk than this 2 additional Wuji per turn. And the perk is, the first time you would dive, you don't die. Just like as a slight hint, if you are struggling with this and you can like return back to Deity, etc., that is way better. Because you can simply survive the last tribulation with that one like bonus. The 8th one, oh my god, okay, it's another one of those 1000 Heavenly Tribulation. Hits you 4 times. I'm actually liking this as a tribulation because we can block a lot of the damage. Do you want to stagnate like that? Yeah, that looks good. Imperial once, Imperial twice. Why not Ember? I'm just waiting for us to die because suddenly it's like lifespan exhausted. And we get rid of this. 5k defense. And now Wei Wuji is fully formed, and after absorbing a total of like 30 points of Chi, which imagine if we got the 30 points times like 5 times 6, so 6 times activation for 6.5k, we are looking at a 39k shield which he robbed us of. Just to revive him. 39k. But now he no longer consumes our Chi. I will do Ember 2 more times. Please don't kill me for it. Okay. If I use this art, I only have 5 points left, so I need to use metal now. 39k shield. And the last one. The last one. Heaven and Earth Tribulation. Significantly increased damage. 70,000. But we already did it. Add these numbers up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's see how far we can go. Let's do Ember. Let's die now. Oh god. I would have been mad. Of course, in the last turn, this is the last, the 9th Tribulation, you don't need to bother with metal. You can just keep this debuff. We go for as much shield as humanly possible. I actually need to use metal in the end. I can even do soldier, bomb, and get rid of some of those. Wait a second. Did we just do the Tribulation without taking any HP damage? I think we actually fucking did it. This is not doing HP damage. We didn't even get scratched. We didn't even fucking get scratched. Hell yeah. The calamity clouds gradually dissipated. The winds were light and the clouds were thin, and countless columns of light pierced through the layers of clouds and gently sprinkled down onto the ground. You feel your body is extremely light. No, it's more like you can't feel your body at all. You are being pulled up by a gentle force, basking in the warm sunlight, slowly drifting upwards. And she has a body. In this case, if I didn't have the skin, you could see the old man in his flesh and his bones. You did it. An old man with a smiling face said to you, "Is it Wei Wuji?" He finally reconstructed his physical body, but turned himself into the appearance of an old man. You can't help but find it funny. Yes, I did. Looking in the distance, you see familiar and unfamiliar faces in the crowd. Right now, you only feel some sadness, unparalleled peace, the sky's the limit, or excited and thrilled. I'm fucking excited. We did it without taking damage. 0 deaths in the whole run. No damage taken to the Heavenly Tribulation. Tell me this is not good. At this moment, you feel an uncontrollable excitement within you. All the centuries of hard work and everything you've gone through finally have a reward. Soon you will be able to ascend to the upper realm, seek eternal life, and live in the same era as heaven and earth, becoming a true immortal. As you flew higher and further, your eyes took in the entire Ningyo and the endless sea. Amidst scattered cooking smoke and unchanging escape light, the spirit boat broke through the waves and the merchant's caravan traveled slowly. Everything had recovered its calmness, with people continuing their busy lives, vegetation continuing to grow. You stop looking down and instead raise your head to gaze into the dazzling golden light, looking beyond the ninth heaven. You seem to see cranes fluttering and hear heavenly music playing, with the sound of phoenixes singing and dragons roaring. Closing your eyes, you have never felt so prosperous and carefree. You know you will live for eternity with no end in sight. This has been the lifelong dream of countless cultivators throughout history. Life is like a dream, and the memories of the past flicker in your mind like a revolving lantern. The ending screen. Year 5 we have joined a sect. Year 6 we did a hero competition. Year 27 my first DAO companion. Year 27 foundation establishment. Year 30 I've become an inner disciple under Lady Zealing. Year 40 I participated in the Heavenly Demon competition. Year 64 another DAO's companion. Year 200 another DAO's companion, I missed the Golden Core breakthrough. Year 200 Nascent Soul breakthrough. I believe you can scroll in a moment. Let me scroll, thank you. Year 40 Heavenly Demon competition first place. Year 64 Daoist companion with Bailu. Year 86 Golden Core. Year 122 first time in the Endless Sea. Year 150 first time winner in the TNG Chronic tournament. Year 160 guest elder at the Dragon Clan. Year 200 Lady Zealing and I are Dao's companions, and I broke through to Nascent Soul. Then we also finished our discipleship with Lady Zealing, but she's still our master because we decided to stay there. Then our understanding of the Metal Dao has reached its limit. Under the identity of the Shadow, we've become a Heaven rank assassin. We successfully refined a heavy spiritual treasure. In the Endless Abyss, we in year 438 defeated the Deity transformation beast, the 9 Profound Saint. In the year 500 we entered those ninja ruins and obtained that Xuan Qing technique in the Hall of Ascension. Year 566 Deity transformation breakthrough. Year 619 befriended the Great Sage of Swallowing Clouds. Year 819 witnessed our senior brother ascending to the upper world. Year 949 witnessed Starbell ascending to the upper realm. On year 1000 we witnessed the final outcome of Ghost Ascension. Then year 1030 we defeated the great deity sage Langfang. Year 1266 used spiritual chi to help Wei Wuji rebuild his physical body and ascended to the upper realm. And that's it. That is it for this playthrough. And we get credits rolling and we can talk about the game. I really enjoyed it. I never expected to get to part 40. And I've cut out so much. So much. Of course, there were some things we missed, such as the Wong Dong event, I believe in episode 6 or so. I also missed some clues, but that's not the biggest deal. I'm very proud. And I can now send the one modder a playlist where I'm telling him, yo, you can beat the game with just the wood skills. As for future playthroughs, I am already planning a no money playthrough, so no money at all times, and that will make things a lot harder. And I can also mention there's gonna be less mods in that game. I know some people were not happy with the herb patch mod I used in this run. That is getting kicked out. Then the double refining stuff also getting kicked out. Besides that, I am not using a modded build in that future run, since it's a bit sad that people can't replicate this run as they don't have the technique, unless they have the mod. Yeah, I believe those are like the main ones. Anything I'm missing? Fighting is fun is definitely getting kicked out as well. That's like on my own initiative. It provided way too many status bonuses. I am really glad I did not take any HP damage in the Tribulation, because as such I can't say fighting is fun that mod was necessary. Instead, you can do it without. And well, let's just head back into our game just to show it, or just to like load this character. Yeah. My future run will always like automatically also be on extreme difficulty, and that certainly made this run a lot harder. This one, just here you can see it. Heavenly Dow Suppression, insane. Insane how much of a difference it makes. Dealing half damage, taking 50% more, incredible. But yeah, I am very content with this run. There are some things you could have probably increased your weapons a lot more, like made them better. Some maybe other things you could play around with the skills. I find it quite sad that we got our skill set, like most of our main skills, in like year 100, and then barely changed anything after. Like that definitely with our like future run, because I can tell you in that no money run, it's super hard to get skills. You can't just buy them from your pavilion. Like your hidden manual pavilion in the sect is completely inaccessible, since all of it requires money. So you are left with requesting or consulting people for the techniques. Like the no money run causes our currency right here, this one, to be at 0 at all times. So you can never buy any of them. And just obtaining this wind skill is a pain in the butt. I don't think it's even possible. Now, it should be possible, but very hard. Besides that, a few regrets, since we did a -5 starting talent run, which, by the way, I should mention, not just extreme difficulty, but with -5 starting points. I wish these different spiritual roots were at 10 weight each. It would make it so much easier for us to get wood. Like, since this build exclusively needs wood, 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 I even have 60 wood attribute. I am running a technique which gives me another 80 wood weight, so we're looking at 140. I then on top have a rope to get 112 wood weight, so we're looking at 252 wood weight, if I did the math correctly. And I'm still getting so much of any other element. And like reducing this to 10 could probably have meant I could kick out this myriad wood art, maybe learn the, I don't know where the technique is we obtained from the 500-year quest. Like, you probably know which one, which gives you like random buffs. Could have been cool. Yeah. This one. Like, it's a bit sad with a 5-element route, but at least I did it like that once. Fame, yeah, looking good. I don't think a future run is going to be notorious. There are just too many downsides, especially when doing a no money run to this. Like, I can't even ask people for their skills since they don't like me. I need, in fact, 1000 reputation to ask certain people for their skill. Yeah. But I think I've rambled on for long enough. I very much enjoyed this run. I hope you guys did as well. I hope you made sure to like the video, to subscribe to the channel, to not miss out on the future no money run. So see you guys then. And until then, it's me, Avenging Angel, heading out.